Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. For those of you who watch the videos I upload in the order I upload them, you might be interested to note that I picked up the equipment to rip up portions of my lawn, but rain stopped play, as it were, so the job is halfway done. In other words, the equipment is in situ, but the work hasn't been done. On the subject of work not being done, I thought that I'd already made and uploaded this video. Clearly I hadn't. Because today, in a matter of about 3 hours, we see the return of former middleweight champion, WBC middleweight champion, Jermall Charlo. Now, Jamal Charlo has faced a series of personal and legal challenges that have contributed to his extended absence from boxing. In fact, I went and looked at BoxRec. In 2019, he had 2 fights. He had one in 2020. Excuse me. He had one in 2021. He had one in 2023. And now he's having one in 2025. So, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights since 2019. There's inactivity and then there's inactivity. I think actually he had like a 29-month layoff and then like a 18-month layoff, something like that. Anyhow, as I said, he's had some mental health struggles and he's also had some physical injuries. He beat Juan Montiel back in 2021. So he wasn't super active before that, right? But in his next camp, I think, he's injured his back. And then because he was injured, like he's an elite athlete, he's injured, it naturally bothered him a lot. It led to extended periods of mental health challenges. He reported to be suffering from, I think, extreme depression, including suicidal ideation, having suicidal thoughts, which is, amazing. I mean, somebody so successful and the world at their feet can still feel, so down. It's an amazing, quite incredible thing, really. Anyhow, Mauricio Suleiman, who of course, understands that today we treat mental health very differently than how it was treated, years ago, who of course is the WBC president, I'm talking about Mauricio Suleiman, described at that time Jermall Charlo's situation as a serious, important mental health episode. Now, fast forward a little bit to just over a year ago, Charlo was arrested in Texas for driving while intoxicated. You might call it something different in your jurisdiction, but basically it means, drunk while driving or impaired in some other way, because he crashed his Lamborghini. So, nice car. And then he fled the scene. His blood alcohol content was nearly twice the legal limit, which I looked up. It's 0.08 in Texas, which of course led to further problems. And he was stripped by the WBC at that time of his middleweight title, and they cited his prolonged inactivity and these legal issues, right? He came back in November of 2023, unanimous decision victory over Jose Benavidez Jr. Then he missed weight for a catchweight bout. He had missed weight for that catchweight bout. And then he was planned in, I think it was March, maybe February, to fight against Thomas Lamana. Now, that was postponed due to ongoing, personal struggles. That's how they were described. But they're scheduled to fight tonight. And like I say, in 3 hours' time in Vegas. So if all goes well, and he beats Thomas Lamana, who's 33 years of age, record of 39 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 6'1". They're going to fight at super middleweight, 10 rounds. Lamana's game. Lamana's, of course, expected not to win. This is Charlo's return, and if he's successful, it's a significant step in his efforts to reclaim his position in world boxing, or like to be back at the big table, I suppose. But and he's massive favourite. I think it's, you put on $1 and you get like 2 or 3 cents back in winnings kind of thing. Lamana, I think, goes off at 9.5. I think it's worth putting $5 on Lamana, to be perfectly honest, because Lamana is keen, right? This represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Lamana. Lamana's got a good record. Lamana's capable. Whereas, the hitman, Jamal Charlo, what's he going to be like? Massive favourite, expected to win. Hard to make a case for him based on resume losing, but what effect have all these health issues and inactivity, what effect have they had? I'd go out on a limb and say, while not expected to win at all, I would not be surprised if Thomas Lamana manages to pull one off here, pull off an upset against everyone's predictions win. I've already put $5 on him. It's not I wouldn't sort of say put any more on, but you never know, right? It might be worth a flutter. Be interesting to see what the hitman has got left in him. So please like, please share, please subscribe. Let me know what you think, and see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.